Yo, what is up? Happy Tuesday, folks. Welcome in. Welcome back to the stream. Glad to have you all here. Sorry about yesterday. You know the spiel by now. It's been like a week of that. So, Licorice, what's up? Yo, I've been trying to think about like the origin of where that yo came from. I don't know. I have no idea where it came from. But I'm glad you're here, buddy. Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by today. I hope everyone's doing well. Having a great week so far. Thought today was Thursday. Today's only Tuesday. So happy Tuesday to everyone. I have no idea either. Yeah, I know. It's the best. But that's what we're here for. The yos. Biako, what's up? Hello. Welcome back, man. Nice to see you. Lacanix, what's up? Hello. Howdy there, friend. Thanks for coming by today. Long time? Yeah, it's been some time. Glad to see you in, man. Glad to see you in. But today, folks, we're working on day 26 of cycles. Hey!
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to you too. Or good afternoon, good day. Thank you so much for that tier 1 resub for 4 months, Biako. Enjoy the green brain, man. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting Cycles servers for another month. We're at 10 for this month. We're almost there. We got 15 more to fully support the server. Thank you all. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it, man. But so as you know, we've had some alarm issues. I think we're good. Yesterday, I reformatted my entire phone because I do think it was a bug in iOS. And I probably should make a radar for it, maybe. I don't know. But we should report that to Apple, probably. No problemo. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. The green brain looks good on you, that's for sure. That is for sure. But yeah, thanks for coming in, folks. As I was saying, we're on day 26 of our cycles update. Basically, TLDR, we're trying to get this update out as quick as possible, and then we are moving on. We are moving on to a new project, something different, fun, all the cool things. But until then, let's go ahead and finish up our current implementation. We're pretty close. Before we get started, let's take a look at some quick tech news. Solids today. And I haven't heard anything about Google Glass in a while, actually. I haven't been keeping up with it. So I thought this would be a cool little article to take a look at before we get started. Apparently there is a $1,000 glass augmented reality headset that is out or coming out. So Google has announced a new version of its business-focused glass augmented reality headset, which is now designating an official Google product instead of an experiment, which is really cool. That means it's legit. It's back crazy. Yeah, it is, right? So the Google Glass Enterprise Edition 2 costs $1,000. Although, like its predecessor, it's not being sold directly to consumers. It's got a new processor and improved camera, USB-C port for faster charging, and a variety of other updates. So it looks like you still can't buy this, right? I guess it's like an early adopters program. I don't know. I think that's how the Glass did it before, right? Something along those lines. But either way, still cool to see. It looks much better than the first one. If you guys remember the first Google Glass. So it still isn't positioning Glass as a mainstream product, but it seems to be expecting greater sales of the Glass Enterprise Edition 2. The device has been moved out of Google's parent company Alphabet's X Moonshot factory and into Google family of products, letting Google meet the demands of the growing market for wearables in the workplace. Oh, that's actually really cool. Yeah, like it's crazy, right? But Neil, what's up, dude? You're promoting Google rather than HoloLens. You're in deep trouble with your boss. Oh my gosh, you're right. No, they'll never know. Don't tell them. Welcome in, Benil. Nice to see you, bud. The basic glass design hasn't changed much. It's still relatively simple heads-up display, not a Microsoft HoloLens style mixed reality headset. but it's gotten a processing boost with Qualcomm Snapdragon XR1 chip, which is designed for augmented and virtual reality. Google says that the XR1's power, the new glass headset can incorporate computer vision and advanced machine learning capabilities. That's dope. Google has already released a consumer-focused computer vision tool called Lens, which offers features like sign translation and restaurant recommendations. Google is also, adding a new safety frames to glass in partnership with Smith Optics, plus a bigger battery and other upgraded components. Glass also now runs on Android with support of Android Enterprise Mobile Development Management. Oh, that's cool. That's really good. That will really help for when this consumer version comes out and developers want to make that, right? The Glass Enterprise Edition 2's existence leaked months ago, complete with the news. Excuse me, it would likely be moving to Android. There's still no plan. Yo, Terrace, welcome, dude. Welcome back. Nice to see you. Glass was originally built as a mass market augmented reality headset, but after complaints about privacy and functionality, Google reinvented it as a tool for surgeons, factory workers, and other professionals. Google boasts that businesses have reported faster production times, improved quality, and reduced costs by using glass for hands-free computing or troubleshooting. Okay, the original Explorer Edition cost $1,500, so while the Enterprise Edition 2's $1,000 isn't cheap, it's still significantly more accessible. Nice. Well, that's what it is. Google Glass Enterprise Edition. What's up with Huawei, by the way? I read something about Google revoking their Android license. Excuse me, sorry about that. Yeah, you know, I read the same. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. Definitely something good to look up, though. But yeah, there's that whole thing going on. All right, folks, that was it. Just want a quick look at that. As a personal comment on this matter, I think when the first mainstream like augmented reality glasses come out, I am going to be like first in line for that. I am highly intrigued by how that's going to work. It's going to be really cool to see that type of technology come out, like just in my daily life. Hey, no problem, Licorice. Glad you enjoyed it, man. China's getting too spooky with hardware to trust. Spooky. That's a good word. All right, so today we are working on the settings view. Let's go over here real quick. This is what our view looks like currently. We already have it set up. The one thing that we do need to do though, is do a quick fix, but basically all we need for this view is to fix one little bug, and then we also need to figure out how we want to, or like what options we want to put here. I had a couple ideas. For stuff, but I want to fix this bug first. Basically, if you are on the empty list view here and you're trying to get to that settings view, you actually can't. For some reason, it doesn't work. So let's start off by debugging that. I'm sure it's something very simple that I just forgot. Right, so we're gonna actually start in the not settings view. Current cycle table, views, action pill view. Action pill view controller is where I set the targets. Yes. So did select mute, did select settings. This is the one I'm looking for. This target is in the extension. Yeah. So let's see what we got here. I'm assuming that this delegate's probably nil, which is why it's not working. But if I go here, oh, no, actually nothing. Clicking that does not work there either. I thought that would have triggered that. So if that's not the case, action pill view settings button. Add target action pill view settings button. Yo, stacking, what's up, Mr. Sir? Hello, hello. You are here so early, man. This is not like you. Welcome in, dude. I went to bed at 7 p.m. yesterday. I was mad tired. Holy moly. That's definitely really early, man. But glad to see you up bright and early, man. Did you have a long day yesterday? Where did you get the icon of the girl waving? Oh yeah, this is actually custom created. I had a friend of mine who worked on this project with me for a little bit. And he developed this. This is actually done through After Effects. Yo, DK, what's up, dude? It's ya boy. It's ya boy. Welcome in, man. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Glad to see ya. What the heckle? Did select settings. I want to see this real quick. Let's see something else. Let's just add one cycle here. I almost think it might be because the button is disabled. Let's go and let's check if the number of cycles has anything to do with it. Does Pixelar.dev design the same person? No, that was actually through this really cool site called Cruip. I think that's how you pronounce it. This site offers free landing pages for startups. So basically, I grabbed one of these. It's this one right here, and I just edited it. It's incredible. Incredible site these guys have here. So check them out if you're looking for a landing page or something. I had a major allergy attack on Sunday. I had to take 2 doses of Benadryl, so I think I was still feeling it on Monday. Holy moly. That's a lot of Benadryl. That is for sure. I hope you're feeling better though, dude. That definitely can be no fun. All right, let's see what's going on here. Set action pill items. That's fine. Excuse me. Add cycle icon. No. Did press edit. Oh, maybe here. Did press settings. We have this spot here. No, we still don't have that. Yeah, that is here. That's in our delegate. Let's do empty state. I want to go here. Let's see what happens. Thinking it's time again to start getting the shots. Oh, man. Man, you must have pretty bad allergies then. How often do you have to get those shots?
Travelers on an unending voyage of
this is really weird. I thought view will appear. Gets called. Am I debugging? I am. I'm like, okay, I think there's actually something going on with the debugger right now. Pretty sure view will appear should appear every time the view is about to appear. All right. Okay.
We see this music is our destiny.
Maybe not. Okay. I guess there's officially mosquito boys again because I got bit by one. Ayo. So you got to wear that bug repellent. What kind of allergy do you have? I'm really allergic on pollens. And stupid people. Stupid people, god damn it. What's up, Lil Kaza? Welcome back, dude. Nice to see you. Alright, I guess I am dumb because I was almost positive that was supposed to load up like that. My settings are here. My pill views here. Pill items, edit and settings button. Right? We have that working. Let's take a look at the UI here. Oops. Or the this guy here. Oh. Oh, I think I see it here. Okay. Yes. All right. So this right here is the UI view to hold our list or our items here, right? Our text. This is overlapping our pill. So what I'm actually tapping on is the UI view and not the actual settings cog. But when there is a cycle there, this is removed, which then gives me access to that. That's totally what it is. Gotcha. Okay, so now we just need to fix this. I have no idea why that's so large. I'm allergic to everything. When I got the skin test, my arm grew like 3 times the normal size. Holy crap. It's the reason I had to stay 2 hours every time I get the shots. Wow. Dude, so sorry to see that, man. I didn't realize that was such a big thing.
The sub-anniversary message didn't work. In summary, happy 10 months. Children have been conceived and birthed in the time I have been subbed. Kappa.
Yeah, buddy. Yo, Lil Kaza, thank you so much for the resub, dude. 10 months? 10 months with Twitch Prime? Yes, we did. We had a Twitch child, Twitch baby. Many things have happened. Things we can't take back. Thanks so much for that, dude. Really appreciate your support for the past 10 months. And thanks for supporting Cycles servers for another freaking month. Brings us to 11 for this month. You rock, dude. Lil Kaza here since the beginning. Dude, you're almost at the 1 year mark too. You get the rainbow brain. I like it. Tester, dude, that's a serious bug. Dev, duh, that's a feature. Yeah, this is exactly what's going on. This was the exact feature we were looking for. Oh god. Okay, but that's good. That was a good find there. So let's go to empty state somewhere in here. Find out where this was again. And pretty much we have an empty state view, which is our UI animation view. We have our container view, which I'm assuming is what we're looking for. And then we have our detail view. So empty state view, blah, blah, blah. Container view, add sub view, empty state view. Why do I have that? But the detail view is right here. I realized that we actually didn't do any of the auto sizing mask constraints here. Right? This is the... Oh, here it is. Okay, so we add stuff to our detail view. Our detail view then has a width anchor of the entire screen. Makes sense. Center anchor. So bring it to the X center. Top constraint is the bottom of the empty state view. Bottom anchor. Oh, this is probably why. I don't think we need that bottom anchor one. Let's see if that might do the trick. I think I'm having a little bit of allergies right now too with all this allergy talk there, Stacky. Looks like it's still covered there. Ah. Height is ambiguous for UI view. Okay, so you need a height for this view then, the detail container view. Or we just, I don't know why we do the container view at all. I wanted to do the container view to hold these two items in. Yo, Rame, what's up? Hello there. Welcome in, my friend. How's it going today? So our detail view has a top anchor constraint, right? So it's to the top, and that's constrained to the empty state view, which holds this whole thing in there. We are centered X. And then if I have a width in the center, if it's saying that height is ambiguous, we need some sort of height, which is why the bottom anchor worked out well, because we had a top and a bottom, right? Or I wonder if we can actually just do a detail view dot height anchor dot constrain that equal to container view dot height. So it would be the same height there. But I think that's, let's check it out, but I don't think that's actually correct. There's one caveat to that scenario. For sure. Let's put a comma here. Swift developers are millionaires? You think so? I don't know about that. I don't know about that there. Let's see if we still have our constraint issue. Yeah, so we don't have it. But the problem is I don't understand why this is, why is this like this? The constraints on this guy, I think I messed up how I set up my constraints. So let's go through that one more time with the detail view. Yo, Rame, thank you so much for that follow, man. Welcome to the Pixologic team. Glad to have you here, buddy. Kosi, welcome in, dude. Nice to see you back. How's it going today? Can I do Swift development in Windows? So the most technical answer is yes, you can, but not without jumping through hoops. Basically, I've heard of people setting up a virtual machine that runs Mac OS where they can go ahead and do Swift development like that through the virtual machine. Or you can install Linux on your Windows machine, so like a partition of it, and then you can actually compile Swift on there as well. Depends on what you're trying to do. Doing good? Nice, man. I'm doing good as well. Was having some alarm issues this past week, but I think we're good to go now. I think we're good to go. All right, so we have our subtitle constraints. Set up subtitle label. So title label. Let's start up with the title label. Okay, so our title label is the empty list text. We have our attributes here, right? Which is just some text color stuff. We do that. Okay, so that creates our title label. Title label constraints. We have our detail view. Our detail view is our UI view still. We add our title label to that. So our title label for that, let's get this open so we can have a visual of it. Our title label is this guy, empty list again, right? We have a top anchor set to the detail view So our detail view again is going to be what's wrapping this. And then we center the title view into the middle of that view, which makes sense. Okay, cool. Our subtitle label is this guy. So we add that there. That looks good to go. We add some stuff there. Attributes, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Hold on here. Did I forget? This could be a somewhat of an easy fix. Detail view, add subview. Ooh, I think technically I did. Yeah, looks like it. Okay, first forgot to do this. So this should be here with title label. Oh, it's literally right above. Never mind. We're just going to move right there. My phone just arrived at the local FedEx building and should be out for delivery today. Hype, hype. Let's go. Dude, I can't wait to see what you think about it. As in web development, we use CSS for designing, but what do we use in iOS development for designing? That's a good question, dude. So right now we're using this thing called auto layout. Basically what it does is uses guidelines to basically tell iOS like, hey, I want my view to look like X, Y, and Z. So you'll see things like top anchor, center anchor. You can think of these as guardrails on this the top right, bottom left of each UI view itself. And depending on how you manipulate those, you can set them to be a certain constant away, a percentage away from like the side of the screen or from each other. And so this system was designed by Apple to basically have this responsive layout every time your view changes size. So like even if you change it like this in landscape, right? Doing stuff like that would technically do it. Oh, really, stacking? I can see it, man. Phones are really convenient to have, but hey, not necessary. But hey, maybe that will affect how you use your new phone now, which would be really cool. You know? Okay, so our subtitle label attributes. We did that stuff, whatever. And then top anchor constraint. That's good there. So it looks like those things are being laid out properly. And we're adding this container. Oh, I think I see it. Oh wait, no. Hold up. Okay, so our container view is what's wrapping the entire The entire thing here. So this entire container view should house all of our content, right? So we add the detail view to that, which is going to be this guy. The detail view has a width anchor, which I guess technically like we don't need, and I think that's also one issue we're running into. This width anchor should be equal to the width of the container view. So container view dot width anchor, right? So it should go to whatever that is. It should be centered within the container view as well, which we're doing here. The top constraint of this detail view should be to the bottom anchor of our empty state. So our empty state view should be this here. Now let's see. Yeah, empty state view is our loading animation, which is this right here again. Yeah, so we do our negative there. And then if I do the bottom anchor, I did it to the, why did I do safeguard layout? Let's try putting this back here. So the bottom anchor is going just to be equal to the bottom of our container view, but we don't need a safeguard layout. We just need literally the bottom anchor. Assuming that our container view should only be this section and not covering our action pill down here. So let's take a look at that. It's all about the constraints. All about the constraints. Okay, it looks like it's still being covered. What is this? That's our loading animation. What? 3. Why is it? Hold up. It looks like I got stuck. It looks like our container view is actually not here. So we have, that would make sense. Okay. So we have our UI view here. We have this here. UI view. In our UI view, we have our loading animation, and we have this UI view down here. So technically this is correct. The problem is I was expecting one more view that wraps both of these, which we don't have here. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, so I see what that issue is then. What happened to that entire container view that we've set up? So that would be this. It's really weird. So add detail, tail view, container view, width, height, center, X and Y. It's almost like we don't even need this then, where you can just use the loading animation, empty state view. That seems so not right. That doesn't seem right there, buddy. Table view, add sub view, container view. Let's go ahead and change our container view, because I don't even see it in the UI stack there. Let's do blue to not burn our eye sockets out. We'll use the blue. Let's see what we got. Because if that container view wasn't showing up, then the content inside wouldn't work. Yeah, so there it is. So I think what we need to do then is actually set a bottom anchor to contain the to contain our action cell instead of taking up the entire table view here. Yeah, because, oh, look. That's actually really interesting. Yeah. You can see it's literally covering it right there. So let's go ahead and... I think we can put a bottom anchor, and that should do the trick for us. Constraint? Or not even... Yeah, hold up. We need to look at where... We have that extra padding on the bottom, right? We need to make sure that that padding is taken into account. So that would be the inset here, right? So it would be pill height. Or bottom table inset. I wonder if we can just do it with that, since we have that within our class already. Let's try with the bottom table inset. See if we can get that working. So what we'll do is we'll take this, go back here. We'll say container view dot bottom anchor dot constrain is equal to we want it equal to constant here. Can I have a... I don't think... I might have to do it like this. So we do it to the table view dot bottom anchor, but we have a constant of negative current cycle design bottom table inset. So that should bring up... It should be stuck to the bottom, but it should bring it up. And this is where we need the safe area layouts. Like that. I think that should probably do the trick. Let's take a look-see here. Okay, that's close. We definitely still need a bit more though. So we would need the height of the cell. So we're gonna have to add that also to our design constants. Yeah, there it is. Cool. So like if I try to tap it up here, it wouldn't work. So let's add a little bit more there. So let's go to current cycle table design constants, and then we'll have action pill, and we'll call this. Do I have pill height in here? I don't believe so. Let's see what I was using over here. So it was here it was. Oh, gotcha. So if we pass a max height of 70 on calculator, let's just set the max height as 70. So this is based on when the view loads. That's the only caveat here. So we might need to just use this logic as well. And we can't just put that in our constants here, unfortunately. So I'm wondering if we just do it then. like this. Pretty much just go here. Do pill height. Do plus plus. So negative pill height plus the negative bottom table inset. Oh, typo. Let's see if that works. If that works, then we'll go ahead and clean this up a little bit, and we should be good to go. I believe so, at least there. Yeah, there we go. Nice. That does make sense. If I back out here, so I come back in or something. Let's try to add a cycle. It's good to go. We can still do that. Nice. I delete it. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so now we know that that works. Let's go ahead and remove this. And then pill height should be here. Again after that. And then we can add that down here. I just got a connection refused on your website. There isn't really much to screenshot. Gotcha. Really? I haven't. I mean, obviously it would probably work for me, but that's definitely really weird. I will have to take a look at that and see what it may be. Are you going to HTTPS? Or are you just doing HTTP? It should redirect, I think, automatically anyways. Yeah, it should redirect. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, I have no idea why that would be happening. I'm going to have to take a look at that, but thanks for bringing that up, dude. The dev domain puts you to .dev no matter what on Chrome. Huh. Yeah, I had it redirected to that. No, you're good. Cool. So that looks good there. Let's go ahead and load this up one more time. Make sure there's no more blue. Make sure we can still hit our settings. And yeah. Oh. That's definitely not that good. Oh, I didn't take that into account. Okay. Well, poopy. Since we have the... I don't know if we need this. We want to center it. I don't think we need the height anchor in here anymore. Let's see if we get any issues. Are we getting any constraint issues right now? I don't think so. This is the biggest thing right now, is the fact that this is... It's the way that the loading animation is set up. I don't know why this container view is so large. Because that doesn't make any sense. Like, that shouldn't even be that large anyways. It should be... Okay, maybe we can do it like this. No bone creatures alive. Oh my gosh, we thought it was gone. No, it's here. It is here, sir. Welcome in, man. How's it going? Thanks for coming by today. We can do empty states view with anchor. We can just essentially do the empty state view. And then let's comment this out. Let's not use that. Comment this out and not use that. What happened here? Let's try this. See what this does. Yeah, I know, dude. It's nice you're up early today. Yes, sir. We're up. We are good to go. Got a little bit of coffee in the system, so we're doing great. Bobek, what's up, man? Welcome in. Nice to see you, buddy. Position and height are ambiguous. Okie dokie. Position and height are ambiguous. It's going well, man. Just trying to figure out this issue. It's always a constraint issue. Yeah, just trying to figure that out right now. But other than that, going well, man. How are you doing? So if we have a width here, right? The width of this container is going to be the size of the animation view, which is the girl pointing. And then we have the center X. I guess this we might want to keep with container view, right? That would probably make sense. And then, so empty state, we have the width, container view, the center of X, and the center of Y. And then oh, I think this is, I'm doing the wrong one, I believe. Yeah, technically this is not the one I'm looking for. Hold on, I messed up. It should be here, the detail view. Just launched an Android version of my app. Hey, let's go, dude. That's awesome. Yes, congrats. That is so cool. How are the initial downloads looking? So instead of the width of the container view, here what we should do is the empty state view. Right? So empty state view width will be the size of that. Our container view, instead of centering it within our container view, no, that's right. Empty state bottom anchor. Empty state overlap, so it's going to push that up. And then our bottom anchor is actually going to equal to the empty state view bottom anchor. Let's see this. I think this should give us what we're looking for. Oh, nope. Not quite there yet. A loaner with 6 PC and 1 printer. What's up, Isaac? Welcome in, man. Don't go crazy with those PCs. Nice, dude. That's awesome. I just did it so people would stop emailing me. Position and height are ambiguous again. So man, this constraint is kind of annoying. I don't know why this one is being so finicky with me. Can I go crazy with the printer? I don't know, man. Up to you, buddy. So this is the container view itself. So why? Oh, this is why. Let's change this back real quick. Should be like that. So that did work, but I don't think this is going to work still because technically our view is covering it. Yeah, so that did work there. Problem is now our UI view is the one that's messed up. The wrapper, which is why we need that bottom section. So I think we're going to want to do this. Instead of doing this constraint, we're going to want to do container view dot top anchor dot constrain this. This is going to be equal to the table view dot top anchor. Okay. Then we're going to want to do container view dot bottom anchor dot constrain this. Equal to the table view dot bottom anchor, or safeguard, excuse me, safe area layout dot bottom anchor. And then we're going to want to do a constant CG float on that, which is going to be current design constants dot, oh no, pill height, excuse me. It's going to be pill height, the negative pill height, plus negative current design constants dot inset, bottom table inset. And that will push it up above this. And I think that should be good, because then we have the center of X and the center of Y. So we might not actually need center of Y. We'll just need the center of X to move it along the X axis to the middle. The Y part we won't have to worry about. Let's take a look. I think that does make sense. We shall see. Okay. That looks pretty good. Yeah, buddy. All right. That was it. Okay, so what we did, to explain a little better, is we had a container that was around this entire section of the view, right? This UI view was sitting on top of everything else. The reason why it didn't look that way was because the reason why it didn't look that way was because of the fact that the background was transparent. So you see through it, right? So when you try to click on this item here, you're actually clicking the UI view that's laying on top of it. So what we had to do was we had to constrain that to make sure that our container view, oh, whoa, there's actually an issue here. Horizontal position, a width and horizontal position. Oh, well, we have a constraint issue. But the UI view should be at that point correct. But we have a width and horizontal layout issue here. So that's our wrapper. So a width and horizontal. Yeah, we don't have the width. So we would need then, if we did a top, I mean, we can just do, the width can be the size of, let's try adding this one and see if that helps. This is the Y center. Oh, I need a comma. Meaning that it will center it within the middle of the UI view. It should be right in the middle. I think we might still have a width issue. Yeah. Width and horizontal position are still ambiguous. Okay. What? All right. So if that's not it, I think what we're using top anchor and bottom anchor, that should give us a height. To get the width, we're going to need pretty much a left and right, or a leading and a trailing anchor. Basically how we've had it set up here, without actually defining the width and height of the table here. Unless I just set a width anchor. But we also need the positioning. So let's do a container view. Top right. I try to do it like CSS. You know, it's like top right, bottom left. So I'm going to try to do a container view dot top right would be trailing dot constrain this equal to the table view dot trailing anchor. So that's the right side. Then we have bottom left. Container view dot leading anchor. So that's our front anchor. Going to constrain it to table view dot leading anchor right there. So now we have a constraint going up, right, bottom, left. The bottom one's going to be pushed up a little bit to account for the pill, and everything else should then stay the same. But now it should be, everything should still be centered if I am understanding what I did correctly. No, that is definitely not centered. Oh no. Really? That is quite jacked. That is not what we're looking for. We might only need a leading and not a trailing. I did the trailing and the leading, so I could capture the width, because it said that's one of the constraints I was missing, was that width. I thought that would give us the width also. No. Man, constraints are hard. I always have issues with it. Width is ambiguous. I'm thinking if we do a center X and just pass in a width, that should be okay as well. Right? So like, what if we did width anchor, center X anchor, and we did that. Top anchor and bottom anchor should be good to go, because that should also give us a position. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So you see that there's no purple question marks anywhere. The view can still look okay, even if there's a issue with the constraints. So the last thing that we want to do is have constraint issues. But now you can see that this UI view, which is a container around that animation here, right, is now the perfect size, what we're looking for. Awesome. Beautiful. Man, what a pain in the butt that was. Holy moly. Sweet. Okay. So now let's get rid of this unneeded stuff. Top anchor, bottom anchor, width, and center. That looks good. All right, cool. So let's do a commit here. And that's the only section that was changed. Committing, let's go. So do git add, git commit. Fixing, overlapping empty state view. Push it up. Nice. All right, so we got that. That's good to go. So the next thing was just figuring out really what what type of content we want inside of the settings view in itself. So we have a contact already. I'm pretty sure contact was pointing to like the support@pixelogic.dev email address. Review cycles will actually take you to the cycles webpage, or the to the cycles app store page, and then support cycles. This one I wanted, I guess like here was okay. That was pretty cool. I can't really think of any other types of things that would go here. That was pretty much what I thought. Yeah, that's pretty much all I thought of. So let's actually go to the settings view real quick. It looks like there's some print statements in here or something. Yeah, here we go. Trying to navigate, fool. Oh, we don't need this callback. I think it's called completion. Yo, Nomero, what's up, dude? Welcome in. This song is called ASL by I Set My Friends on Fire. Feel free to head over there, dude. That will give you the current playlist of what's going on. It's classic, man. The one thing I did want to look at is this here, this options, and see if we can figure out what type of options there actually are. Wow, I used to listen to this back in the day. Dude, me too, man. I started listening to them again because it's been so long. They're so good. You say your friend's on fire? What's up, Fletcher? Heck yeah, man. You don't? You have said I've busy picturing you dead. The method opens the URL only if the URL is a valid universal link and there's an installed app capable of opening the URL. The value of this key is NS number. That makes sense, but so here we're going to have actually a little bit. It's going to be different because it's not just that. It's also like site URLs and stuff. Cool. That was the only setting. That was kind of lame. But okay, so we do this. We know our contact, so we've learned that the mail to doesn't work in simulator because there's no mail app. Review cycles. We had this link here. That was good. Support cycles. Actually, I'm going to put the command cycles into our chat real quick. That's the one I'm looking for. Yeah. Okay, give me 1 second. Let's try this. I got to go over to a certain section of the world. I've discovered through trial and error that there are only 2 results to setting your friends on fire. They stop being your friend or they die. But if it works for you, amen to that, brother. Oh, God. All right, let's try this. I think that should do the trick there then. All right, sorry about that. It's like using spaces instead of tabs. Well, you know, Fletcher, I don't think it really correlates that way. But yeah. That's a good analogy, my friend. It's a good analogy. All right, so we just changed up the URL real quick. I don't know why it shows up as an invalid link. It's kind of confusing to me. Doesn't really make any sense. Oh, can I not copy and paste this? Or do I have to like... I guess not. How's it going? How's the progress? It's going well, man. We're getting really close to finishing this up. Really just trying to put this here, finish up the settings view. Really, it's just like support cycles, review cycles, and contact. I thought it might be kind of cool to add like a FAQ of cycles, and then maybe just like add a section to the web page. Because I know a lot of people are like, wait, what's a checkpoint? Or like, what's this, right? So if we go to go over here. Hold on, let me pull this up. Actually might be a pretty solid idea. So we go to getcyclesapp.com. It might be cool to have like an FAQ question or section somewhere, right? And then kind of just go through that, and when people have questions, they can just initially go there, or we just include that within the app itself. Yo, Evgen, what's up, man? Welcome. Nice to see you, buddy. And then I want, like, for the support section, in support, I thought it'd be cool to, I wanted to do something where like, it's like people could support via like donation or whatever, and then add them to like a list, like on the web page or something like that. I don't know. I think that that's going to be a little too much. And I think maybe right now support cycles pointing to pixelogic.dev is really cool, because it just explains everything about Pixelogic in general. So that might be pretty solid there. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Fletcher. I was trying to figure out what may be the best approach to that. And so I think what we can do is we can add another section in here. We have FAQ, and then we do like a plus. And then yeah, I was trying to figure out how to actually add that properly in here, you know? Nice. Yeah, because it will definitely be a little different here. I don't know, maybe this is good for now. I'm just trying to think about the other things that we need to finish. And while like this is definitely good, I think there's definitely another way to go with this. And I just realized that it might make sense instead of review cycles, we use the term rate, like rate cycles. Might be a better idea. Yeah, I mean, it's just like something sort of small, but at least it gives more like... It gives a little more insight on what's up. I think that'll be good. The one thing that I'm really more concerned about right now is actually adding this this plus sign into the proper header. We were working on that a little while back before we got to the settings view, so I'd rather honestly continue on with that right now. And let's remove whatever this is, wherever this may be. And we'll go from there. Git commit. Finalizing settings view. Push it, baby. All right. So now with that out of the way, the last thing pretty much for this update was this right here, actually. It was this one. Yeah, I was following this article. I was really interested in doing it like this. Essentially, we have our plus button there, and then it goes up there like that. So let's do that. Yo, it's Coder's Life. What's up? Welcome in, man. Nice to have you back. How you doing today? Remember, navbar item. Like an ad? Yo, what's up, Boki? Welcome in, man. Nice to see you, buddy. I saw refactoring on your Trello. Just wanted to know, do you write test kits before starting the refactor? Yeah, good question, man. So, a lot of the refactoring that's been going on right now has been kind of just UI refactoring, and there is a way to do UI unit tests within iOS. I actually have never written those. I just do non-UI unit tests, and we do have a test suite here with a good amount of tests on them. So anytime there are any sort of like logic refactoring, we'll go ahead and write the test here before we actually implement it. I think, yeah, it's been pretty solid so far. Haven't had any issues, which is really good. But yeah, a lot of it has been like this last update has been refactoring the entire main view. So like this thing here was all in storyboard. We ripped it all out, and now it's all being created programmatically, which is really great. And then we added this in as well. So 4 more days for finishing cycles. Have you come up with a new iOS project? Sort of, Boki. I have an idea of what I want to do. We might start on something else first that I've been working on kind of on the side, and do that for a little bit, and then we'll switch back over to like another main project where we literally start from the beginning. And I think that one might be in React Native. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure yet. But I have the ideas essentially. The tech, I don't know what I want to use yet for it. Okay, add cycle icon. This is what I'm looking for. So that should be this guy here. And so pretty much we're just gonna follow this article like I was doing before. They just do some constant stuffs here. Oh wait, did I have a branch for this though? No, I did. Okay. And all these in your part-time apart from your day job? Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Coder's Life. Yeah, all this is done outside of work. Create a method to make initial image UI setup. So we do the large title and then we add it to the navigation bar. Okay. So I'm going to navigation bar add sub view. Let's do this. I like this. I like this there. Oh, we have it here. Do I add navbar add subview add cycle icon? Oh, so have I already done this? No, the end result should be that. Okay, so I think I'm missing one thing here. Oh, we're not calling this. That's probably what it is. Yeah. Yep. That's totally what it is. So on view did load, set navbar. Should move all this over here. Let's go. Oh, actually, we can do this after this. When are you moving? I'm moving the week before June 24th. So like that weekend before, that's when I will be heading out. So that's why I'm thinking after we finish this, we work on another project for a little bit until I move, and then we'll go ahead and go from there. resize and move. Add button. So we're just going to take this. We're just going to do that. And then we'll put a print here. Actually, let's not do that. It's going to call a million times. So we do that. We'll go ahead and run our logic. And so now let's just find some scaling to do here. So they're doing a 1.0 minus a factor. Factor is the image size for small state divided by the image state for large state. And the coefficient. Let's take this. And let's just alter this a bit. So we get the scale equal to something here. And that factor again was just the small size divided by the large size. And so what this person did was they had a constant, I think, right? Image size for small state? Yeah. Okay. So let's do image small state size. We're just going to put this all in here now, and then we'll go ahead and refactor it just so we can have it all in one spot. Where did I originally... I set the size here to be... Oh, there we go. That's it. 26. Oh, this is technically large. Yo, MB Dealer, what is up? Thank you so much for that follow. Welcome to the Pixel Art team, friend. Glad to have you. So it's image large state size, which is going to be this, which equals 26. So let's say this is going to be like 18. I guess we don't need that there. But essentially it's going to be like that. And then we say let factor is just equal to small minus large, or divided by large. Image small state divided by image large state. Right? The last thing is this coefficient deal. Which I'm not really sure what we're going to be doing with that. Change this to a CG float. That should be good. This is understanding what this coefficient part does. Oh, it's the height passed in minus the navbar height small state. Gotcha. Okay. I think I can get behind this. Based on the current height of the... Based on the current height of the nav bar, I think. That's what... Because as you scroll, the large nav bar can get larger and it can get smaller. So based on that height, that's how we know how much to scale by. The percentage to scale by. So I can understand that. All right, so then that is with height. I think this should just be an int. So we pass in that height there. So if we go back here, new tab here with height. This is a CG float. That's what I thought it would be, but I put it instead. CG float. So with height, boom. Nav bar small state. That's the same as the size. Oh, image size for small state. What is this? It's 44. Dot or size small. Nav bar, add button, size large. There we go. There's our factor and our height. What was the size of the default size for the nav bar. So we'll just do a static let default nav bar height. We're going to CG float it up. Grab that. There we go. And then we have large nav bar height, 96.5. Cool. So that's that. And then we have our scale, which takes our coefficient here, multiplies it by 1.0 minus the factor. Factor is the difference between the two sizes. And then we return the size addendum factor. Just call it size plus factor. Okay. Here we're also going to want to add the size diff. So 26 should be this nav bar add button size large. So we can just add this here. And then same deal. The factor is there. Coefficient scale. And then I want to do an X and then Y. So we get the max. Like that. And then 15 was the nav bar add bottom. Large. Nav bar add bottom small. So that was 15. Like that. Oh, and it should be a CG. It is CG float, so we're good. Has no member nav bar add. Oh, button large. Yeah. We have. Nav bar add button size. Nav bar button size large. Yeah. There we go. All right, so we added those new properties. And let's make sure to give mad props to this article. Mad props. That's where it's at. Want to make sure we can reference that. Okay, let's run it, make sure everything is still working as we expect. And then if that's the case, we can wire up our add action and finish that stuff up. which will be really good. Nice. There we go. So I don't have any cycles, obviously, but... Oh! And then I can delete the nav bar up there. I should delete it right now. Look at that thing. I feel like the spacing up there is way too large. Yeah, let's see if we can do something there with that. Don't know if we can. Can I? Doesn't look like it. It's because it's housed in the navigation controller, so... Yeah, because this is technically like the table, but that gap up top looks really nasty, right? So we might want to do something about that, but I guess let's first commit this, then we're gonna add the action. So do git add, git commit, adding, resizing, resizing. Add button item. Very nice. Yeah, I think it looks good. I like it. Okay, so now let's add the action. That's the next step here. So since we have set nav bar, when we do this, let's go ahead and set up add cycle icon actions. So the issue now is pretty much we have this prepare for segue. We are triggering that navigation off of a segue, but now we need to not do that. We need to just essentially generate our own. And technically these should be not in here. These should be in our actions. So let's fix this up a little bit. We'll do a quick build on that. Just moving that out over here. Let's do the delegates. And so technically, again, these should all not be here. They should be out here. So we'll do delegates. Do that. These are literally just calling smaller methods, and then this is set up action pill. And UI. Set up nav bar. That's makes sense. That is fine there. Okay. Now we can definitely make sure this works. Oh, let's remove private. I don't know how I feel about that. The fact that, like, I guess it makes sense. The private indicator is to the file. I've always thought it was just private to the class, though. All right, so if we do set navbar here, yeah, so set add cycle actions. So basically, we're just going to do an add cycle icon dot action or target. Wait, this is a button, right? Please tell me I made this into a button. I didn't. Okay, we need to make this into a button. That's step number 1. So this is going to be actually a UI button dot init. UI button. Like that. And then we should be able to do add cycle icon dot set image. Like that. And then let's make sure it still resizes properly. Ooh, yeah, see, it's even a little smaller now. Why is that? Maybe the fact that it's a button? So let's go over to our constants real quick. Open in a new tab there. What's up, Loke? Button might add some sort of padding? Yes, very good point. Good call. You're probably right. Yeah, so here. Oh, oops. Wait, what? Yeah, you can see that's the image and here's the button. It's not the full size of the button. Let's see what that may be. How's it going today? Thanks for the suggestion. That's a good point. Table view. We want the nav bar, which I think is down here. Here we go. Height 26. Content size 20. Oh, okay, so the button height is 26. The content height is 22. It's a little smaller. So let's see here. Doing all right. Need to crack on with my React work. I was wondering if anyone streams dev work. Nice to see you at it. Cool. It's awesome. Yeah, React is the way to go. Yeah, dude. A lot of people do stream dev work here on Twitch. If you check out the programming tag, developers, I think, or development maybe. There's also tags for like web developer, mobile development, stuff like that. You can find tons of people around here doing that, which is really great. So I'm glad you came by and are saying, hey, we're doing iOS stuff today. using Swift, so native iOS. Curious why that button did that though. Because large size is 26. Oh, I see why. We're setting the width of the button. We need to change this to not add cycle icon, but add cycle button would definitely be the way to go here. So let's call this add cycle button. Yeah. Let's find that padding. Yeah, so basically what's going on is since I changed this to another element, right? So this is the UI button now. That button, I'm setting the size to be 22, but I'm not setting the image size to be that same size. It's being set to whatever the original size of the image was, which was I think 18 or something. So that seems to be what the issue is. And I'm going to do a build on this and it's going to crash and say, I don't know what that thing is. So we'll go ahead and change those. Yeah. Okay, so we set the image, right? Once we set the image, then we can go there and what can I do? Let's change these real quick. That should do the trick. Yo, Loki, thank you so much for that follow. Welcome to the team. Glad to have you here as part of the Pixelogic team. Welcome in. Yeah, I think that should be the issue. Just trying to figure out. If I do add cycle button and I set the image like that. I've always thought the image should be the same. Let me look this up real quick. Set image for UI button as same size as UI button. Thought there was a way to do this without adding constraints. Oh, I think this is what we could do, the content mode. And that should scale it to the proper size. We have a fill, I think. So we could do that and then add cycle button dot image view. Just optional. Content scale factor. Content mode. The option to scale the content to fill the size of the view. That's what I'm looking for. And that should give us the proper size, I believe. Let's see how it looks. Oh, we gotta change this to add cycle button. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if it works. Still looks small. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to actually. Just kind of confused by that. So the button height's 26, button width is 26. The content size is 22. I guess because I set the constraints. I just thought that doing the aspect fill would also change that. But maybe not. Where'd it go? Yeah, sure. However, I want to add another because there's a simpler solution altogether. I was looking to set the UI button image insets because I didn't realize I could set the content mode on the button's UI image view, which could have prevented the need for UI edge insets. Scale aspect fit. What did we use again? We used scale aspect fill. Yeah, no worries. Scale aspect fill. But fit, I don't think is what we're looking for here. The option to scale icon to fit the size of the view by maintaining the aspect ratio. Maybe that's it? No, it's I think it's one of the constraints I have. So scale image with UI button size. That's what I thought it's always been, so I don't have to set the height. Yeah, everyone uses the content mode, which makes sense because that's what you would expect, right? Aspect fit. Unless image view is false at that is nil. But I don't see that being the case, but we can double check that. But yeah, there definitely is something in there. Let's actually try this as well. Just kind of out of curiosity to play around with it. What if I take out these constraints? The height and the width. Yeah, so that would come up there at that point. Yeah, that makes sense. So that you can see right here. You can see right here now that this UI button. So we have the UI button and then we have the UI image. This is just the UI image, but the button now is going to be the same height of the image because we're not constraining the image to any size, any particular size. So what we're going to need to do if we're going to want to make it larger is one, have a we would either have to export a new size for this image, like an actual file to make it that size, or we can just set a constraint on the UI image view itself. On the UI image itself to be the same size as the button. Which I think that one probably makes more sense in my mind. But so that means we're going to have to remove this. We're going to have to do add cycle button dot image view dot translates auto resizing mask rates to false. And then once we add our button here, we can actually do the same thing. Well, actually, before we do that, let's do add cycle button. Why don't we just go ahead and add our constraints here for just the UI image itself. So we do add cycle button dot image view. So add image view dot with anchor. Constrain this to some constant. So I guess we can just actually copy these and do add cycle button dot image view. And we're going to need to do this as well. That, put a question mark here. Cool. And that should do the trick for us. There we go. So there you see now it's the proper size, and now we have a button. And it looks to be working pretty well. All right. So now that that's set up, we can go back to doing our actions. Where? So this would be down here. Technically, this would be set image and constraints. Here, this is where our actual action will go. And again, we need to figure out how we're going to do this. So pretty much it's going to be add cycle button. I think it's add target. Just going to do a self. Some selector here. Not sure what yet. This is going to be for normal. And so now we need to figure, oh, this is not normal, this is default, I think, is the actual keyword here. Now we need to go. I don't know why I keep closing out of the tabs. It's so annoying. We need to do this. So the segue would be this guy. So we click that. Essentially we do this, but then we just need to show it. So let's first start this. And this would be this would be navigate to add cycle view. So here would be our objective cfunc show add cycle. like that. Oh, it's not funk. There we go. Show add cycle view. There we go. So that's our target. That will do that. We will show our add cycle view right over here. And controllers, view controllers. What the heck is controllers? Oh. It was this whole thing here. The reason why I think I did this, I was refactoring and we had to do this for a certain reason. I don't remember why. Segue destination as UI navigation controller. That gets that. So in this implementation though, we don't need that since we're not passing it over any segue object, right? Which means all we need to do here is create a new instance of our add cycle view controller. Right? Add cycle controller here. We'll come in here, and we know now that this is not that. And then we can just do a present, which would be good. How to create $1 billion app using Swift. That's the plan there. That's the plan. No, this is good. There's a lot of stuff here that I'm learning about kind of like the constraint system and, you know, the kind of just like doing this programmatically. I don't think this is perfect. I still think there's definitely some refactoring that can go on here, but hey, I'm fine with it. Touchdown. I feel good about it. I think there are like, I think this file is too large. Like, we should be able to split this up a little more even, but for now, I think it's good. It gets the point across and does what it's supposed to do. Okay, so we do this, and then we just finally need to just show it. So we should be able to do a present. Our add cycle controller. Animated would be true. Completion is just nil. We don't care about that. So let's see if this works. So now that we've added that on touchdown. Oh, it should actually probably be on touch up now I think about it. Oh. Actually. We're gonna have to do this a different way. Yes, one thing I forgot to mention, or failed to remember. So in the storyboard, we've been slowly removing items from the storyboard. The one item that we still have here is the add cycle view. So what we really need to do is actually get reference to this and then show that. So yeah, because if we don't get reference from the storyboard, all the items that we have inside that controller won't be initialized properly, which is why that error is going to be thrown. So let's make sure to do that then properly. I don't know if I have storyboard reference here. I think I do. So instead of doing it like that, do let add cycle controller equals storyboard. Yes. Instantiate view controller with identifier. Like that, and then as a add cycle view controller, which is good. So we'll do a guard here actually. And then if for some reason that doesn't work, then we'll do a log to Crashlytics. Show add cycle view. Add cycle VC is nil. We break out of that, we won't do anything. And now this should actually have a reference to our view controller from our storyboard, which in turn should help us navigate properly to that section. I think. I hope. There we go. But now we're missing the now we're missing the navigation controller. And this doesn't work. Okay. That's why I had this originally. I remember why this was like super weird that there's two nav controllers here. Yeah, this is totally a thing. So we should probably do this. Add cycle nav controller. So we got to do this. I think this is how we're going to have to do it. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. That makes sense. I don't know why I did it like this. Literally no idea. But if I mess with that, I'm going to have to mess with a lot of the other sections of the app. And the whole point is to not do that. So add cycle nav controller as a UI navigation controller. Is nil. So then we'll go in here. Nav controller. And then we have to do this. That's when we'll have to grab this part. Cool. So once we get past our guard, we get our add cycle blah. We need to do, oops, add cycle nav controller dot view controllers, and then we'll get the first one as an add cycle view controller, and then we'll present. Else, we'll print. You suck. You suck. Let's see how that works out. I think that should fare quite nicely. Nope. You suck, Alec. Come on, man. Reason applicator tried to present modally on an active controller. Oh. I don't remember what our segue was to begin with. I think this probably was just a push then? Is that what it was? It's present, show. No, that's... I thought it was push. Is it just present? Application tried to present modally an active controller. To present modally an active controller. What is that? What does that really mean? Is it push view controller? I guess the question is, let's see where we get to. It must be getting here, considering that it crashes at that point, right? Oh, I think maybe I know why. Yeah, I think I understand why. So we'll get here. It goes in there. I believe since the view controller is housed inside our navigation controller, we're trying to present a view controller that's already embedded in a navigation controller, which I don't believe is allowed. I think you have to present the navigation controller, which has the view embedded in it as its root, because of how we have this set up right now. So when I think that's it. Yeah, okay. And that's how we get to these sections. That's why I had to, like, I can't refactor that right now. Nice. Let's go. So that'll do the trick then. There you go. Looking pretty snappy. So that does it. Do 10 a.m. Call this meditate. There you go. Still got our actions there. That works. Still have our action card here, which still works. Let's check out the edit here. That still works. Let's check out this delete. Heck yeah. I think that's looking pretty good. I guess the only other thing that we might have here is, instead of doing now, we should just do first. First is an optional value, so if this is nil, this will just fail. So let's say we'll log this to crash legs just in case something does happen. This will be show add cycle view. Add cycle VC was nil. Yeah. Okay, so that's good to know. Yeah, so the reason why we had to unwrap this is so that we can set these properties on our controller. So that's good. It's a good sign. So I think at that point we can finally delete this view controller, because we don't need it anymore. This one right here. Oh man. Wait a minute. Whoa. Are we ready for this? Hold on, I guess let's commit this first. Adding add cycle action target, and removing unused button from storyboard. All right. Let's freaking go, man. So at this point, the next step is to verify that in our app delegate, we are properly creating this, and we're not showing the storyboard item, but we're showing the programmatically created one here. Okay. So at this point, migrate if needed, flag is clean, blah, blah, blah. Main VC equals our initial VC. Initial VC is get initial VC. So what we could do here is at this point, if did finish, so we're saying onboarding did finish, onboarding complete. We go let cycle table VC equal our storyboard and stage shape view controller with UI navigation controller. So instead of doing this, all we need to do is create a UI navigation controller. Or I guess the question is, do we even need that? Do we even need to create a navigation controller for this section? I don't know, but I guess let's try not to rock the boat on that. Let's just create it here. So pretty much we can do navigation controller equals a UI navigation controller. Is there any init options here? With a root view controller, that's what we're looking for, buddy. Oh, well, I guess we can just do it like that. Instantiate our navigation controller. Now we're going to say if let root controller equal cycle table VC top view controller as current cycle table view controller, then we set this. Why did I do top view controller? This view controller is at the top of the navigation stack.